You do not need to spend tons of money on a journaling Bible to add notes. Keep watching this video and I'll show you how I add a tip-in to my Dollar Tree Bible.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan.
Hello friends, welcome back to Jasmine Plans, and in today's video we are going to be adding a tip-in to my Bible. This Bible is from the Dollar Tree, and I decided to use this Bible as my journaling Bible. This Bible does not have enough space in order for me to take notes the way I would like to, so I'll be adding in a vellum tip-in today. So I am going to first start with the tip-in. And I am studying for today the book of Mark, chapter 10, verses 46 to 52. So I'm going to read the King James Version first. Then I like to go into my New Living Translation and a different Bible. And then I'm going to also use my Bible commentaries to jot down notes as well. But I want to have my page prepared. I have a piece of vellum that I cut down. It actually came from another larger piece of vellum. I just used my Fiskars paper trimmer to trim it down. I trimmed it down to 4 3/4 inch of an inch and 7 1/4 of an inch, which is slightly less than the Dollar Tree Bible because I don't want to have any overhangs. As the last time I Bible journaled, I had a little bit of an overhang, but I didn't try to intentionally cut these pieces down. This time I am doing that. I will be using Elmer's regular school glue. You can use a liquid glue as well. I'm just choosing to use a glue stick. And what I'm going to do here is just glue down the edge from top to bottom. You really don't need that much. And I'm going to take that glued edge. I'm just going to open back up to where I am studying. And I'm going to carefully just stick it right into the seam of my Bible. And then I can close it. Now, the reason why I wanted this here is because I want to use it to highlight my verse and also to stick things down to write on. And even if I stick something down, I don't have something just completely covering the page the way I did in this last one, because obviously I won't be able to see right afterwards. So I'm going to just start off with the verse that I'm focusing on. King James Version, Mark 10, verse 46. And they came to Jericho. And as he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great number of people, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the highway side begging. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. And many charged him that he should hold his peace. But he cried the more a great deal, Thou son of David, have mercy on me. And Jesus stood still and commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying unto him, Be of good comfort, rise, he calleth thee. And he, casting away his garment, rose and came to Jesus. And Jesus answered and said unto him, What wilt thou that I should do unto thee? The blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. And Jesus said unto him, Go thy way, thy faith has made thee whole. And immediately he received his sight and followed Jesus in the way. So what I want to do is I want to highlight that verse, and I'm going to highlight it on the vellum. I have here highlighter set from Mr. Pen. And not really noticing it, I found that I had some Post-its that looks as if it's going to match the colors. I got these pens because apparently they do not bleed through Bible pages. Right, so I got my highlighters out. I'm going to use this pink color here. And what I want to do first is highlight that verse, and I'm highlighting it on the vellum. So I went ahead and highlighted the verse. So far it does not bleed through the vellum at all. But if I wanted to just lift it up and look at the actual words, it is there. And I have this same color Post-it. Well, it looks roughly about the same color. Now what I can do with my Post-it is just stick it right above there. And I can jot down some questions that I may have. Before I jot down my questions, I just want to read the same verse in the NLT. And the section is titled, Jesus Heals Blind Bartimaeus. Then they reached Jericho, and as Jesus and his disciples left town, a huge crowd followed him. A blind beggar named Bartimaeus, son of Timaeus, was sitting beside the road. When Bartimaeus heard that Jesus of Nazareth was nearby, he began to shout, Jesus, son of David, have mercy on me. Be quiet, many of the people yelled at him. But he only shouted louder, Son of David, have mercy on me. When Jesus heard him, he stopped and said, Tell him to come here. So they called the blind man. Cheer up, they said. Come on, he's calling you. Bartimaeus threw aside his coat, jumped up, and came to Jesus. What do you want me to do for you? Jesus asked. My rabbi, the blind man said, I want to see. And Jesus said to him, Go, for your faith has healed you. Instantly, the man could see, and he followed Jesus down the road. After reading that, the first question that came to my mind was, when the word said instantly, the man could see, did that really mean that he regained his full sight literally? Or did it mean that he had some sort of spiritual sight? And then I also thought about the different names that he called God. So he did say Jesus of Nazareth. He did say Son of David. He did say my rabbi. And it makes me wonder, why was God referred to as this? I do feel as if I need a Bible dictionary to help me in my Bible studies, and I don't currently have one. So that's something that I am putting on my list to get to help me throughout my Bible study. And then I'm wondering about Jericho. Why is this place so important? And also, the meaning of have mercy. So all of that I'm going to be jotting down on my Post-it. And it's important for me to just jot this down now, because as I come back to study the entire book of Mark, because I think I just should study a book at a time to get a better understanding of, the things that are happening in the Bible. I want to see how maybe my thoughts change as I come back to it, which is why it's a good thing to maybe even just put things on Post-its. So I'm just going to write down the questions that I have. Okay, guys, so I'm back on another day to film this video. I was really feeling scattered brain the day that I originally started this, so I had to just step away. But what I did was write in a question that I had thought about on a Post-it, which states, when the word said immediately, did it mean he, Bartimaeus, regained his full sight literally, or did it mean he was able to see because he was a believer and following God? And then I also put, what really is the meaning of have mercy? I felt as if have mercy on me came up a lot when I read both the King James Version as well as the New Living Translation. So what I wanted to do next was to go into the commentaries to help me understand this a little bit more. So this is Tony Evans' Bible commentary. And Inside of it, it says, outside Jericho, a blind beggar named Bartimaeus heard that Jesus was passing by, hailed him as the Son of David, a messianic title, and pleaded with him to have mercy on him. Though he was physically blind, Bartimaeus could see better spiritually than the religious leaders could. The people tried to keep him quiet, but the more they tried to silence him, the noisier he became. Jesus wasn't about to allow such a bold proclamation of faith to go unacknowledged. At the man's request, Jesus restored his vision so that his physical sight matched his spiritual sight. Then he began to follow Jesus. I feel as if each time I read this just little portion, I end up with some sort of new understanding or just something that I didn't fully recognize the first time. So I had my question as to whether he regained his full sight literally, or did it just mean that he was, his eyes were open in his faith in following Jesus pretty much. And here it's letting me know it's pretty much both. So that was Tony Evans' commentary. I'm also going to be looking into another commentary. Here I have the Moody Bible commentary. This was something that I saw highly recommended as I was going through Bible journaling on YouTube. And this one states, in Jericho, Bartimaeus sat beside the road asking for alms. When he learned Jesus was passing by, he cried out, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Jesus did not object to this messianic title. Many rebuked Bartimaeus, telling him to be quiet. He paid no attention, but continued crying out for mercy, using the title Son of David. Jesus commanded him to come forward. I also have questions about the title that Jesus is also called. Casting aside his cloak, which may have held his collected alms, he jumped up, approaching Jesus. So now that I'm reading this again because I've read it before, I'm not thinking about the fact that he may have had things that he received from begging in his cloak, and for him to just throw it all off and just go over to God, not even thinking about, I have nothing, let me walk with it over to God. He asked Bartimaeus what he wanted of him. He called Jesus Rabboni, my master, and asked for his sight. This was not unreasonable. The Messiah would give sight to the blind. Jesus said, go, your faith has made you well. As with the woman with the hemorrhage and others, faith produced healing and a changed spiritual condition. Bartimaeus was restored and began following Jesus, unlike the rich young man. He may have followed him to Jerusalem, where he would have given an offering for his healing. So something that I did note as I was reading the different versions was the different things that, or the different names, the different titles that God had. And what I did, just so I can go back and take notes and continue diving deeper, was I cut out the sheet of paper, and I am going to be adding it as well to my Bible, and I'm going to show you my process in doing that as well. All right, so here I have the different names or the different titles Jesus is called. In the commentary, they also mention things about Jesus being called the Messiah or the Messianic title. I feel as if the word Messiah as well, I need to be looking up, but I'll jot that down on the blank side after I place this inside of my Bible. So I have here Jesus of Nazareth. And one of the questions I have was, is Nazareth considered a place? Also, another question I had was about the title Jesus, Son of David. And my question here is, who is David? Why is he being considered Son of David? And then the last one was also Rabbi. Why is he being referred to as Rabbi? I do understand that when it does come to Rabbi, it does mean teacher, but I feel as if I still need to dive in a little deeper with just understanding this part. In order to add this page into my Bible, I'm going to be using some document repair tape. I did order this off of Amazon, and I'm going to link it down below. This is my very first time using it. And when I did see other videos using this tape, they did mention not to just open the box, rip open the box, and unravel the whole thing. So you're supposed to take a piece of the tape, and according to the directions, it says peel release paper from the tape and pass paper under this tab. So I'm going to just open it. Of course, my nails are in the way, so I'm using a tweezer, which I typically use during planning for my stickers. And I found like a seam at the top, so I'm just peeling at that. So this part of the release paper, this part of the tape. I'm just going to peel that and just follow the directions the way it says on the box. So the release paper comes out on this side. So we'll just place that back in there. Oops. I feel like I'm already messing this up. Okay, that goes in like that. Right. I put it all the way out on this side. I'm not sure if that's the way it's exactly supposed to go. I think it's supposed to, let me just fix it. Okay. So I think they're both supposed to come out the same side. I'm not sure if I'm damaging this paper. You guys are seeing it just all here on camera. I don't know if I'm doing this properly or not. Feels as if this is damaged on the inside. Whoa. A little bit of a struggle here. But I hear this is good stuff, so. Right. I think we're getting somewhere. Right. So this should be like this. There we go. And I'm not editing any of that out. Just so you know exactly how the product is used. I'm guessing I can tear it. And that tore pretty easily. I did choose this particular tape because you are supposed to be able to write over it. And also it is clear. Not 100% clear, but it has some sort of transparency to it. So I'm taking my paper, just opening back up to the section that I am studying. And what I am going to do is attach the paper onto the vellum. Now I wish I made my vellum just a little tad bit longer, but it's okay. So I want to be able to flip it on the inside just like this. I purposely made this other insert much smaller so I didn't have to worry about how it filled on the inside. So I just cut it to a 4x7 in case you're wondering. And just starting with this piece. So note to self, you're gonna pull in both directions the length that you need. Maybe I should actually start on that side. Just thinking about how it's gonna go in here. Reminding myself, I want it to fold in this way. All right, so this side, I just find it kind of hard to pull at the same time, the release paper and the tape. And then I'm just going to tear that, place it off to the side where you guys can see it. And making sure I'm in frame, I'm going to just stick this right on down here. And I'm going to take that next part and we're going to stick my vellum. We're sticking before we're ready. So kind of line that up. And then I'm going to take this paper and I'm just going to fold it over on the inside. Okay, I'm going to make sure you guys can see that. And I'm going to just crease it down. So when I open my Bible, so it's creased down. That way, when I open my Bible, I'll be opening it. Here's my extra added sheet. And then here's my vellum with my note page there. I guess in the future, if I do something like this and I can think about it ahead of time, I will attach the vellum and my extra sheet of paper there. But to make sure that it is secured, I'm going to just add in some extra tape, which is on the inside. This definitely helps working with it in just smaller pieces. So here we have it. I've added a extra page to my Bible that is not a journaling Bible. So that way I can take more notes. So I have some space here on the back to take notes. I can cut up some more Post-its and add it around. And I'm also able to use highlighters to highlight pages or highlight certain parts of a page that I want. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you enjoyed what you've seen, go ahead and give us a thumbs up as well as subscribe to this channel. I will be posting Bible journaling content here on my YouTube channel from time to time. And until next time, go in peace to love and serve the Lord. Bye.